afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 5th Topic Time episode in Bridgewater since I moved the show here. I just got word that they missed me at the old station. Hey, well, them's the breaks, as they say, and as you can see here, my guests are getting as hot as the weather out there. I think most people will recognize this gentleman. This is 5-time world champion boxer Vinny Paz, formerly known as Vinny Paz, I believe. And I think he shortened his name. He told me I had to, pick him up, and he told me that he shortened his name. And we are going to have an awesome interview with him today. I am so honored that I was able to just nab him out of a clear black sky last night around 9 o'clock because the guest I had originally skinned her knee and she couldn't make it in. Wah. But that's okay. She'll be on too next week, and that'll be a killer show too. But now is now. We live in the moment. So Vinny Paz, thank you for coming in. You're an awesome person and a class act and a great boxer, and we're going to find out everything about you that needs to be talked about. So, how are you, Vinny?
I'm good. I'm good.
There you go. Yeah, I still got that humble but rough handshake.
Nice to be on Topic Time.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. All right, Vinny, so here's what we're going to do. You've been through a lot. You grew up in the biggest little state in the Union, Rhode Island, Cranston, I believe, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna talk about your childhood, and then we're gonna ramble at it into the next several years because a lot has happened to you since then, and we're gonna move it forward slowly because people are gonna be so overwhelmed by what we talk about after we've done the first ramrodding that they're gonna be like just having all they can to absorb that while we talk about the rest. So, what was life like for you growing up in Cranston, and how did it end up making you the man that you are today?
I grew up.
Any questions I have, I'll interject them.
I grew up a small, underprivileged white child.
Okay. How were you? How were you underprivileged?
On the streets.
On the streets, okay.
Living on the streets.
But you weren't homeless, were you?
Had no parents.
Really?
Just did it on my own.
Okay.
And no, that's.
Okay,
so
you can recant that if you want.
So
That's fine.
I'm just playing with you.
Good. I like that. Go on.
To be honest with you, I got really lucky. I had great parents. And,
okay.
It's only luck that to get great parents. You gotta, you gotta be lucky to have.
You gotta have the dice roll in your direction, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hear.
And I used them with me, with my talents and hard work. It turned into a successful thing for me and my family.
Okay, well, here's the thing. A lot of people that from what I understand, most people that end up in the pugilistic realm do it because some event that influenced them. Like Muhammad Ali had his bike stolen, and he wanted to he fixed the guy that took it. Well, did you ever have anything like that as a kid that turned you to this sport, or was it just living? I mean, I know you didn't live in the street, but you were probably, you grew up in a blue collar area.
Yeah.
And a lot of that people, turf-minded people there, and I know you must have been in that realm of people too. Is that true? Is that kind of what got you into it?
It's funny you just used somebody as image, Muhammad Ali.
Right.
That's what made me stop boxing.
You inspired you.
I saw him at 5 years old on TV.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I wanted to do was fight. I wanted to box.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I saw him 5. I started boxing at 5 years old.
Wow.
What did you say?
I never heard of
5 years old
of an age group of boxing in that low echelon, lowest of echelon.
It actually was where I lived in Cranston, Rhode Island. It was CLCF, Cranston Leagues for Cranston's Future, and it was 4 to 10 years old to box. And I went when I was 5.
I bet that was like the youngest in the country.
How just ironically enough, like I got the 5. I happened to win 5 world titles.
Yep.
And would you say this was the 5th time show? You said something about the show being affiliated
you're
with
right.
5.
I believe in numerology. Yes, this was my 5th show in Bridgewater since I moved it here.
How like crazy is that? See,
I always say everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Just about every show I say it. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so you were actually boxing as young as you were 5 when you started.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your record before you turned 10? I'm just curious.
I
And what weight class were you? I'm guessing you were probably in
was
the
a little
40
guy.
to 60 pound weight class.
Yeah, I was a little guy. I
sure.
didn't get beat that much, you know, and I went on to amateur fighting.
Okay.
I boxed on the U.S. Olympic team. I went to Colorado Springs.
Yep.
You know,
When you
over
boxed on
and
the
over.
Olympic team, where were you?
I was with Mike Tyson, Evander
Yep.
Holyfield, you know, so many big names.
Right.
And they turned out to be great fighters, and they were great guys. We had good times
Great
too.
camaraderie.
Yeah.
But where did you box? Where was the U.S. Olympic boxing?
That was in Colorado
competitions held?
Springs.
Oh, Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that? How old were you then? About, if you can ballpark it.
Let's see, if I'm 39 today,
Yep.
that would make me
39. Yeah, right.
That would make me 3. I was
You
fighting.
born December 16th, 1962, man. Come on, I know.
Shut up.
Sorry. Yeah. It was a Thursday. I remember it well.
Yeah. You want to get ratings? I'll show you ratings.
Yeah, but you look great for your age. You should be proud of that.
Oh, boy. There's so many chicks like I don't get because of my age. Like they're all talking to me and they're cool. Oh my God, Vinny Paz. Wow, you look
just told
great.
me on the
You
way
look
over
great.
here you're dating a girl 20 years your junior.
Yeah. That, you know, that's just one. Not
That's
when I
one
go
of many
out.
you said,
Yeah,
too.
you know,
Okay.
not when I go out.
Okay.
But so many girls like after like I kind of want to kill that guy that created the thing called a computer because they go home and they look me up and then they'll go, he's in his 50s. Oh my God!
Yeah, but you gotta make love to them so good that they don't want to touch the computer after touching you. You know what I mean? And I know that's a little bit risque, but you know we're not using any bad words.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes it don't get to that. It don't get to that point first.
I guess you were a fighter before you were a lover. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I think so.
as long as we're talking about that, how old were you when you realized, you know, when you first saw your first, honey, you know what I mean? Honey, I mean.
I won my first national championship. I won the national championship, lightweight champion of the United States. I didn't think anything could be better, but that night I said, you know what? I've done it all. This is it. I was 18 years old.
There you go.
And I was in New York with my dad, and I snuck out, and I got in a taxi, and I said, hey, driver, will you take me like where there's like some like girls like prostitutes?
Whoa.
Yeah, it was actually hysterical.
You were coming of age guy, I understand.
And I'll never forget, the guy went just like this. He was driving, and he put his hand on us, and he looked back at me, he goes, yeah, I know where to take you, kid. I know where to take you.
Wow.
Just be careful. Yeah, it's just what he said to me. And he turned around, he drove me to this spot. There was all kind of chicks everywhere, and I just picked the one with the biggest boobs.
There you go. All right, but we can't get off the track too much. We want to. All right. Well, now let's fast forward to let's talk about all 5 world championships, and I know they all occurred before 1992. Correct? Is that true or not? I'm asking. I'm not telling. I'm asking. I thought they occurred before or was it? Did you have one since then?
Yes.
When were they then? The reason I say that is because I know that was.
I won my first world title in 1987.
87. Okay.
I won my second world title in 91.
91. Oh, okay. It was.
And then I won 3 after that.
Oh, do you know what years you won after that?
I think 96 was my last world title win.
Okay, and in between them, you won the others. Okay, so 80.
Yeah.
So for over a 9-year span, you won 5. The reason I'm asking about 92 is because I know that was the year of the accident that they made the movie about.
I won the world title October 1st because they.
The anniversary's coming right up.
It is, yeah.
Cool.
It is. I only remember because I remember the headline being October 5th. You know, it was October 1st, but they called it October 5th.
There's a Freudian slip if I ever heard one. Okay.
Yeah, they called it October 5th.
Right,
you know?
wow, because of you, right, winning it.
I fought Gilbert Delay.
Okay.
He was undefeated in 30 pro fights.
Okay.
He was knocking guys out crazy.
Yep.
And I had moved up in weight, and everybody thought that, I was going to get murdered.
Wow.
And
how did you bring your weight up? What did
I took
you do?
him to
You
school.
still,
I didn't bring my weight up. I brought my weight down.
You brought it down, but you fought someone in a higher weight class. Is that it?
I used to lose so much weight you know, to
Training?
make the weight for the fights, you know, because all boxers do it too,
Right.
You know, they all try to get down to the lowest weight, and I was just too big, and you know, I was walking around at 165, trying to make 135.
Wow.
And then I couldn't make it no more. Like I beat Greg Haugen.
Okay.
On the worst day, I felt I didn't know how I was going to ever even make it to see 4 o'clock. I fought him in the afternoon. I was dead from the weigh-in in the morning. Then I gouged out on everything. I ate like a pig. You know, I was starving. I was thirsty as hell, and I just was like hours before the fight. I was on the toilet in a can in front of me.
Right.
I had diarrhea and puking.
Yeah. Wow.
And so it didn't look good.
Yeah.
And I beat him. I happened to beat him because I won the fight. I was losing the fight in the 12th round.
Right.
I beat him in the 13th, 14th, and 15th round. So I'm thinking to myself, I was sick as a dog. I beat this guy in the last 3 rounds of the fight. I said, I'm going to kill this guy when I'm right. So I fight him in a rematch.
Yep.
And I let my weight go a little bit. It was water weight. The day before the fight, I was 13 pounds over. Wow. And I'll remember getting on the scale, and it was 148. I weighed, and I went, oh boy, I got to make 135. I put the plastics on, and I went running, just jogging on the Atlantic City boardwalk.
Okay.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. Drenched. When I tell you drenched, like there'd be tight wrists and tight ankles. I'd open up the wrist, and literally water would just stop pouring out. It was
Sweating?
so crazy.
Man.
Sweat.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
wow. At least it wasn't blood, but it was.
I finally made it, a weight, and I just couldn't come back. And I literally had, I call them oh God fights. I had 5.
Right.
You know, only 5.
Yep.
Oh God fights, and they were me walking to the ring saying, oh God, please let this guy have a bad night. God, please, I feel like shit. Please God, let this guy have a bad night. And I'm just taking it as God let me live, because I could have died like after all those fights.
Wow.
Like so much. If you remember, my movie opens up with me dehydration,
right,
making weight,
yep,
and you know, barely making it out of that alive.
Okay. Wow.
And,
yeah.
And like between us, like the movie didn't show this, and you know, it would have been too much, but like really at that moment,
yeah,
I was gone. They had 2 IVs in me, each arm.
Wow.
If my father wasn't with me, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because I saw myself going up through white clouds, like for real. I really did. Like,
wow.
I was laying there, and you know what? Everybody was at the fight because I was the co-feature to Sugar Ray Leonard when he beat Donnie Lalonde.
Okay.
If you remember that fight.
I do.
Caesar's Palace, outside, 15,000 people there.
Yep.
And,
wow.
Sylvester Stallone was there, Schwarzenegger was there, Bruce Willis was there, like so many people, so many big names. And it was the first time I ever got put on my ass.
Right, wow.
And I was so embarrassed, like I couldn't believe it. And I thought I was gonna ruin Roger Mayer. I thought I was gonna knock him dead, because I was sparring with Rocky Lockridge.
Okay.
And I was beating the tar out of Rocky Lockridge, and Rocky knocked him out out like cold.
Man.
In the second round. I'm gonna kill this dude. But I felt terrible. One of my 5 oh God fights. And then I just hooked up with Kevin Rooney, and I stayed at that weight too, like ridiculously enough. I stayed at the weight, lost a couple more world title fights, you know, and then finally I hooked up with Kevin Rooney, and he said,
your trainer?
Vinny, what are you doing?
Okay.
My trainer, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, who was Mike Tyson's trainer.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I loved Kevin. Kevin was the best.
Okay.
And he said, Vinny, what are you doing? He said, man, just move up. And I was like, nah, I'm good, Kevin. I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Like, so stupid. And like when I look back and think about it, what an idiot.
Well,
idiot. But
you learn from your mistakes, you know?
Yeah, and I'm a meathead. I'm that's why I'm so damn tough. It took me a little longer than usual to learn from my mistakes.
Well, I got to ask you. Now, listen. This is something that's been on my mind, and we talked about it on the way in here. I asked you if you were okay talking about the accident. The accident. I mean, the whole film was with that accident. I'm going to ask. Do you think that it helped your career at all in like the fame category? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You became more famous from that accident when that film was made than ever before. I know it was a horrible thing. Do you feel did you feel that you were blessed in that it turned out to be a positive experience after all was, after you came back and made the great comeback that you did? Do you feel that you're a stronger person for it now than you would have been otherwise if it had never happened?
Absolutely.
I know it's a blunt question, but we have to ask those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
It don't define who I am because
right, I know that.
fought so many times on TV and had such great fans and audience and so many people tuned in when I fought. I made a lot of people tune into boxing,
yes.
which is why I should be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Hint, hint, people.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
how many people?
Did they have take a vote every few years like they do with the other sports and decide whether? I mean, is there ever a chance you will be?
You bet your ass there's a chance. I mean,
okay.
I better be in now. They better put me in now.
No, I agree. But
I want to be in. I don't want to be dead when I'm in. I want to be. I want to be alive.
I don't want you to be dead
now.
either. I want you to be in first.
They should put me in 2018.
They should,
without a doubt.
So that's the next tally for the.
That's the next big one for me.
Wow.
That'll be a good one. Yeah.
Well, that's good. All right. Well,
and I mean, see, I know what it's all. Life is all about money. Money, 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 money. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Life is all about money.
Right.
And if my movie would want, that's why another subject.
Okay.
And my PR girl Zena is going, oh my God, what's he gonna say?
Paula?
Yeah.
I know who she is.
Zena.
I researched you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, very good.
Oh yeah.
But see, like they did the movie about Mickey Ward.
Right.
And then they put him in right after the movie.
Okay.
Which good for me. I love Mickey. Mickey's a great guy.
Right.
They were thinking that my movie was gonna hit like Rocky hit.
Yep.
But it didn't because of the producers of the damn movie.
Right.
They ruined it, and they knew what they were doing. It was all planned ahead of time.
Why do you think they ruined it?
All planned ahead of time.
Really?
That's what they do, because that's what rats don't change. They're always rats.
Okay. Wow.
So when the movie bombed out.
Are you talking about Bleed for This?
Bleed for This.
It bombed out.
Didn't bomb out, but the movie was great. The movie itself was fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
I watched it 11:30 at night at Ariel's November 5th.
They took it off the shelves a couple weeks after it was on. They only put it in 1,000 theaters. It was supposed to go in 2,500 theaters.
Okay, wow.
They did everything. They got tax breaks.
But didn't you just get a call on the way in here saying it was going to be on Showtime?
Yeah, it's on Showtime now.
Well, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great, fabulous.
Okay.
But why I didn't get inducted? I mean, I love Mickey. Mickey didn't win 5 world titles. Didn't win 60. Have 60 fights, win 50 fights. You know?
Okay.
But they put him in because of the movie. Because they want people to come in to see him, to spend money at the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I understand life's all about money, but I should be in that friggin' place.
I agree.
Now, and it's no joke.
But I think you will. I mean, I know it's
Yeah,
aggravating.
it's really aggravating for me because I turned people on to boxing too.
Yeah.
I didn't just fight for 20 years boxing. I turned people on to boxing.
Absolutely.
I made a lot of people watch boxing because of how I fought and who I fought and where I fought, when I fought, and how hard I fought. I turned a lot of people on to boxing. How many guys? How many guys fight 20 years win 50 pro fights, win 5 world titles. Never mind the accident, coming back, showing
like the Patriots
inspiration
win 5
for people.
Super Bowls. They can't take that away.
No.
But look at it. But look at this, though. I mean, the fact that you survived that accident and came back and you were even stronger because of it. You worked out harder than you ever worked out, and that was such a big thing for you.
Yeah, that's another case, but.
I know, but it's your life encapsulated, and that's really awesome. I mean,
will TopicTime get to Ed Brophy?
If Ed Brophy wants to see it, well, hey, if he knows you're here, he'll watch it. Ed Brophy, you better watch it, Ed.
Ed,
you heard it from him. You better
you're
watch
pissing me off, Ed. Ed Brophy's the president of the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Okay. Yeah, my brother here, he's a boxing promoter by history, and he knows more about that stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Okay. He's sitting in the audience watching us, and we'll have to give him a shout out. You know, he's here, and
and he's a handsome dude too. Man,
I know, and I'm an ugly one.
Good looking family.
That's why it's such an amazing.
Good looking family. Even his kids are good looking.
Feet that I'm doing this, looking the way I do. Well, listen, Vinny. Before I told you on the way in here, I got a story that I wanted to share that I was holding for the show, and it's this, and it's kind of a funny story. It's about a friend of mine years ago that lived in North Attleboro, and we met before, a long time ago. I told you that on the night of December. I have a photographic memory for dates. We didn't really go over that on the way here, but. On the night of December 12th, 1991, there was a boxing match at I believe the Taunton Ballroom Galleria on Route 138, and he was promoting it. A couple of his fighters were in it, and I met you there. We didn't meet, but you were there as a spectator. Now this friend of mine,
September.
It was December 12th, 1991. Yeah, December 12th. You were there as a spectator watching the fight. It was a card. You were not on the card. You were as a.
No, because I know October 5th. 1991.
Oh, okay. It was a couple of months later.
Andre was probably on the card. Remember John Andre?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right. It was after
John
that.
Andre. Yes.
But you weren't on the card on December. What I was going to say was my friend who had this penchant for spinning tall tales, and he would say things like, "Vinny Paz and I, we're tight. We go out clubbing all the time." So I knew he was making it up. But when I saw you standing there, I said, let's hear it from the words from the horse's mouth directly. I said, "Excuse me, Vinny, I just want to ask you a question. Do you know Pete Battersby from North Attleboro?" And you said, "Nope, never heard of him." I said, "Thank you very much. Have a great night." And that made my night. I knew it was so awesome to see you there that you would. I know, isn't it? I told you. That's why I saved the story for the show, because telling you in the car, you would have laughed your butt off in the car, and the thrill would have been gone by now. But
what was the dude's name?
Pete Battersby. He's up in Maine now with his aging mother.
Pete Battersby.
B-A-T-T-E-R-S-B.
Pete Batterby.
Batterby, yeah. Battersby.
Pete Batterby.
Battersby, yeah, Batterby. You're playing words.
Pete Batterby. I would knock my mom out if they named me that. Pete Batterby.
It must be name, actually. He's from, I think his mother's from Scotland, his father's from merry old England, I think.
Jeez.
He's a great guy, though. Nobody made me laugh harder than, we all have a friend that made us laugh harder than anybody else.
It was Pete Batterby.
Yeah, Pete Batterby.
You guys were laughing at his name.
Well, we made fun of him. I have more stories to tell you about him than we have time for tonight, the remainder of the show. And we'll get to that another day. But listen, Vinny, guess what? We got a few minutes left, and what I want you to do in the remaining time, like I ask all my guests to do,
TopicTime.
Give some shouts out to people that are going to see the show.
TopicTime. My one and only, my bestie. She's the bomb.
You can name her or you don't have to. It's up to you.
Zena.
Zena.
Love her to death.
Zena, the Princess Warrior?
The Princess Warrior.
There you go.
She is.
Okay.
She's a tough little sucker. Paula Sciorino.
Okay, Paula. I know of her.
Yeah. She's the best. She's the bomb. She's my PR girl, and we got a wine coming out.
Okay.
Five times.
What coming out?
A wine, a red wine, a white wine, and a champagne. And the red wine is off the hook.
Wait a minute.
So
wait, hold up a second.
So good.
You're losing
I'll come on here with you one day.
No, but
we'll have a wine tasting.
You mean she's a winemaker?
No,
you're a winemaker?
She's in with no. We have a company in Italy.
Okay.
That has.
He's a very proud Italian, by the way, even though you're American. I know that.
Plenty of great wine. My red wine is just off the hook. It's a mix of 3 grapes.
Okay.
And it's so good. And, it's all because Zena went to them and, pitched the idea to a company that she's with. And now it's going to have a nice run. It's going to be around for a little while. It's just called 5X. It's just about
5X, just like you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just about ready to come out.
Cool.
Just about. And
did you say there were three flavors, red, white, and
burgundy
or something?
red, white, and the champagne.
Okay.
The champagne is so tasty. The red is off the hook, and the white's good. I'm not into white wine.
Okay.
But it's good too.
Just beer, right? Just beer and coffee. The coffee that you like, the coffee you had, the nice coffee like the kind you got on the way here.
Would you like me to lie to you?
No.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
Just beer and coffee. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? Dude.
You like the sauce, I understand.
They named Bacardi and Diet Coke after me.
There you go.
Yeah. Can I just get a Paz Man special?
I brought him here, folks, and he offered to buy me a cup of coffee from, and I said, no, thanks. I don't want to be too jittery on the show, that kind of thing. So, well, Vinny, I hope you had a good time here tonight. I hope we covered pretty much.
Why do we got to end now?
Well, we don't have to end now.
Let's keep this going.
Well, let's see. Well, okay, let's keep it.
What, do you run out of questions?
No,
I can take over.
All right, what's your future look like, Vinny Paz? What do you plan to do in the next 10 years?
I'm on Facebook.
Yep.
Got VinnyPaz.com. Zena works the Twitter with me.
Okay.
And that's a big one. A lot of people hitting me up on there.
You're going to be doing winemaking for the next 10 years, 10 or 20 years.
Nah, I don't.
You still work out every day. You keep yourself in great shape.
Still work out every day. Do a little bit every day.
All right. How about? Do you work at a gym at all? Do you train any people? Do you do any training? Do you train people at all?
No.
Might behoove you to try that. I like to give ideas to my guests.
It might behoove you to try that. That was a good one.
Thank you.
It might behoove you to try that.
I love that word.
Even your brother's laughing.
That word enough.
Your brother's laughing. That's the bomb.
I'm a great role model for him. I have been for the last 54 years. He just had his 54th birthday last week.
Jeez.
I know. He's a little.
You look great. Ain't it crazy how time flies? Say it every day. Time flies. Crazy life.
Yeah, we've been. Yeah.
And we live in a small world. Rhode Island. I'm from the smallest state in the country.
Biggest little state in the union. That's what that was the commercial from the early '80s. It was great.
Yeah.
One last question: what do you think of the kneeling thing with the NFL? Do you have any opinion on that?
I hate seeing it. I made. It's pretty cool when you can make millions of dollars for the president. I fought for Donald Trump a lot.
Go. Okay.
I made. How many people can say that? So. Everybody wanted to see a change. I don't want to see the same thing going on and on. Everybody from office to office to office.
Okay.
In politics, and presidents. But at least now we got some guy that's a little different. But sometimes he goes overboard.
He goes a little overboard.
Yeah,
I agree.
A little overboard.
I'll stand. Listen. So one thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to wrap it up. I will stand for the national anthem anytime I'm asked to. As long as my country is intact, and until that changes, I'm always going to be a fan of the United States government, the American flag.
Absolutely.
And Vinny, are you ready to?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for watching Topic Time. As you can see, the guests are incredible these days. Watch more episodes. Take care. See you next time.
Come on, you guys get in this and clap. Snap them. Get in here. Yeah, get in here.